Hello and welcome to my channel on human design. Well, today we're going to try something a little bit different. I'm going to concentrate on a single questioner because there are many things that I can say from this example which will help you to understand some very important things about your own process in human design. So I'll read the question and then I'll take you into it. It's going to be quite a journey, this one, and should cause a lot of reflection on your own process, which is what I'm aiming for. Here's the question from ePadler. I have a question that I've been living with since entering my experiment some years ago, and now feel it's time to ask your view on it. I have trouble understanding tribal energy in human design and also in me. Human design has helped me realize the conundrum in me that has been there forever. The immense pull towards people and immense need and enjoyment of being alone and then feeling bad or wrong about it. And not identifying as a loner either. I would appreciate your view on the beautiful and wonderful contradictions that I find in my chart and life. Aloneness and singleness together with my double 3740 channel. The very strongly defined will with all the openness. The gate 57 multiple presence together with the weighting of projector and solar plexus. And on top, 3-5 profile and all the projecting while trying and dreaming of belonging just as me. I feel and see their active presence in my life and love it. Finding human design has really soothed me into this cocktail. Now I am learning to live it more and heal my much wounded heart center and build my work of supporting people into supporting me better also, so that I can serve from overflow. I strongly feel that since few years, my everlasting attention to people has diminished, and it feels strange. It feels much better, but I am searching to understand what my new relationship with others and society. I relate to my shift from gate 37 to 40. If ever these questions and topics sound relevant, I would love to hear your take on any of these aspects. So thank you, ePadler, for this. In a nutshell, I would say that you're maturing in your process. It is one thing to understand one's design intellectually. It is something else altogether to live it. You know, you can't say, I'm going to live my design, and your mind going, yes, I know who my design is, therefore I'm going to live it. It doesn't work that way. In the living of one's life, the aspects that you know through human design become apparent, both positively and negatively. And it is in your dealing with that, in your openness to what it is that you are, that you begin to go on a process of coming back to the center of your own design in the living of it. So here in this example, we have a fully tribal person, so just a tribal life force. And tribe is about being together with the tribe. There is an urge to merge in the solar plex, and the tribe want to merge with their people. They need their people. But at the same time, this is very much a specific chart because we're all specific charts. So ePadler, when you talk about, trying to understand the tribal energy in design and in yourself, look closely and see, yes, we have the channel of community. Yes, we have the affection. Yes, we have the deliverer from the will. But also we have the 26. And the 26 is the learning from the lessons of history. So yes, you're here to be supportive and you're here to feel the support of your tribe as well. But at the same time, the 26 line 2 is shy, can go out and do something if it wants to, if it's self-motivated to. But it learns from history. You're here as a guide. And if you're truly recognized as the guide by someone who needs your guidance and asks for it, that is certainly one thing. But if you're a 3-5 and they're projecting upon you that you can help them promote their thing, whatever it is, and you don't really want to, but they're part of your tribe, so you go, all right, I will, you know, I want to support you, but you can't really be bothered, and you do a little bit, perhaps not everything that you could do, and it doesn't work. And the fifth line is then, you know, becomes the heretic, becomes the one that did not deliver, becomes the one that could but didn't. And yet, you know, you can beat yourself up about that. You can go, well, I should have put my energy into it. But if your authority is saying to you, I don't really want to do it, that's, you know, and it stays like, I love you, but I don't want to expend that energy as a projector on it, then, you know, that's the answer. Go find someone else in the tribe to help you. As we get older in our process in human design, certain things begin to emerge. And one of the things to emerge in you is to see that you're here basically with a cognition of taste. So you're here to try something. And also with the third line, to try something. If you like it, you know, that's to your taste. You can add it to your experience in life. But if you don't, then it's not to your taste. And there will be people in the tribe that you would like to support because you see that they are really needing support, but it may not be your place to deliver that. That is for someone else. You have to give it time. Now, regarding the contradiction between the 57 in you that is in the open spleen and your real authority, which is in the processing, time-taking, emotional energy, see what can happen. The 57 can pick up on what is going on with the other. It can penetrate into the other with its awareness, acute awareness. Nothing can really stop that. And yet it isn't in you consistently. It is somewhere where you could have been lost in your process earlier on, where you can perceive what's going on, and then you want to go in there with your will and help. But that perception is going to be distorted. It's going to be over-exaggerated in some way, like everything in an open center. So you can make quick decisions and suffer the consequences. You know that. And yet at the same time, you can perceive something that is true and accurate, and yet you're not in the mood to do anything about it. And you must give that power to how you're feeling rather than to what you've picked up on. You're not here to twist yourself out of shape on behalf of others, despite their projections, despite their need. You're here to come back to yourself. I also point out that that strong will of yours also has the 51. It is that grounding in you, that 51 that's really looking for a challenge beyond the tribe, a challenge where you can really go into something in an individual way, centering in on yourself, centering in on things that may not be interesting to most of the tribal people. And you need time for that. You need time. You need rest. You need to be away from people too. That is one of the main lessons of the gate of aloneness in the 40. You know, to be there as the deliverer, and when you're tired, to go, okay, just leave me alone. I'm not here to do any more for you. I don't have the will for it. I need the rest. To be able to take that time, to be able to realize that there'll be times where you're not here to be involved in doing. You're a guide. Look at the other side of you in the open sacral. This is tribe. The openness in the 59-3 that can really love the connection with the other and the intimacy that it can bring. And in the not self, you can get lost being too open, being too available. All kinds of chaos comes from that. And now, as you're going through your process over a few years, to realize enough is enough. I've been too open there. I've been too available there. I've got myself into different bargains and that I now have to fulfill that I really don't want to. The coming to terms with who you are as a being living, rather than yourself as a person that didn't know their design and now knows their design. The living of it brings the accuracy of what it speaks of in your experience. That's how we grow. To think about the language that you use when you say you want to build your life working to support others. Well, let others do the work and you guide the workers to support the tribe is the way to do it, rather than you taking it all on yourself. As you know, your will is not the sacral. It can't keep going on and on and on. To know when enough is enough. To be around people who are open to your guidance and to understand that not everyone is. And sometimes you're not open to guiding them, even though you can. And you don't have to blame yourself and you don't have to feel guilty about it. It's just the way it is. Doesn't mean you don't love them. And also consider the openness of the other centers that you have, to see that, you know, you're here to take in a great deal. You have a passive body. You know, you're not here to be running around all the time. And people will want you to do that. You know, that doesn't mean that you're here to do that. That doesn't mean that you have to become a super slave. It's for you to take it in and to wait, no matter what you're perceiving with that open 57, to wait until it's clear for you to get involved at an emotional level and at a will level. To consider the open center in the throat, where you have the 35 and you have the 33. These are both abstract, reflective gates. You're taking in the revelations from other people. You're taking in the experience of other people. You're learning from the lessons of history in your own experience of dealing with people. You're maturing. Indeed, there is this shift from the south to the north, from the 37 to the 40. But that's all part of it. It's also that you've been in the experiment long enough to now see what it's showing you, to understand and live it, and to be okay about it, to accept it. You know, you becoming you is really what it's all about. You living who you are is what this is about. And you'll see it in your experience understanding human design in a very simple way. I mean, you have an open G with the 15 in it. So when you meet a 5, they're going to try and fix you to a pattern of timing, and it's just not going to work for you. You know that. You know that. You've tried that. You have been that third line that has had a go. So you go, well, you know, me being involved with other people is not going to involve me being held to other people's time all the time. Just not going to put up with it anymore. Doesn't work for me. To be able to take in the wisdom of that for yourself. So yes, look at the different tribal gates that you've got. Think about them, but understand that you're not just that. You're also the consciousness that is learning through the wisdom of the open centers, through dealing with people. With the 57 in the sun, you are here to fulfill the life through relating and relationships of those people around you. But that doesn't mean that you're going to be moving along the same lines as any of them. You need to move according to you. You need to get involved according to you, to what brings you success. And yes, to see that you want the rewards of your guidance as well as just giving, giving, giving. To see the open 50 is looking to the 27, where you can think that you should care more I should care more, but you don't have the power to care more all the time. You're not a generator with the 27. So I see it as a maturing process. And I see it as you beginning to see that actually you can be you and you can still belong to you while you're with other people. That you don't have to get lost in all the openness with them. Why? Because you have your own inner authority. And that'll be your guide for the way that you live, no matter what else is coming at you. Taking your time, processing it, feeling into it, going through all the different ratcheting up and ratcheting down and all the things that happen within that process. That is your right. That is your right that overshadows any other rights other people may have upon you. Your right to follow your own authentic strategy and inner authority. Don't let them take that away from you. And as you're centering more towards that, enjoy the process. Enjoy the process. Enjoy how the clarity comes with it, so that when you do engage with others, you really mean it. And it's effective and successful. To understand that part of having the channel of community is also to be the one that makes the fair deal, but it has to be a deal that's fair for you as well. And to know that, that's what's really fair. And one final thing, to also learn through your own experience of you projecting onto others as well, that your words are going to make a difference, that your actions are going to make a difference, that whatever it may be, and learning that sometimes it simply doesn't. Sometimes there is nothing that can be done, and it isn't your fault. The people have to be ready to follow guidance. And people get caught in so many different traps, in so many different ways. It's not for you to push that. You can't please everyone if you're a fifth line. They can't see you through the projection screen. Only you can know that. Let that be something for you to reflect upon. They can't see you, and sometimes you can't see you either. The more we embrace the living of our design, the more we see in our design, no matter how many years you've been in it. You know, think about that open ajna of yours in the line of the saint in the 47.5. You know, to be able to see the other person's point of view and to feel for their dilemma, while at the same time being able to see those that are opposing them and see their dilemma also. And to have the courage to wait for your own clarity to come, despite all the pressures upon you from others. And to see that that is the way that you move, and that is the way that the life gets better. And then you're in right relationship to you and right relationship to the other. That's the way to go. All right, well, I hope that's been helpful. And I hope, viewers, you've enjoyed my focus on this one chart and the themes that I've brought up in it, for you to then look at your own chart in your own openness and in your own defined areas, and just to consider it in the way that I have with this chart. And if you've enjoyed this, then please like, share, and subscribe. And I should be back again very soon with something completely different. See you then. Bye.